Your girl is tired right now. A little bit ago I asked on Instagram, check it out if you want to check it out, it's _temp_y'all for some, why was I about to say USPS questions? I was USPS questions, okay. For some Q&A questions. Oh, I wanted to warm up some hot chocolate. I'll be back. I'm back. Got the hot chocolate, cheers to my answers not being too horrible. I want to quickly touch on this because I think it's confusing and I don't blame any of y'all. I've always wanted to know, how old are you? Yes, when I did ask for these Q&A questions, I was 19. I've recently turned 20, so you were correct at the time, but now I'm 20 years old. I look like I'm 12. I fully realize it. You don't need to say it again, but honestly, if you want to say it again, feel free. What was one thing you accomplished that you thought would be extremely impossible? When I first read this question, I was like, oh my gosh, yikes, like, big question, big moment, major moment. Like, what am I gonna say to this, right? Because I think in society we think of accomplishments as like school or getting a job or getting medals, like you're a gymnast or a freaking pianist or something like that. And so I kind of drew a blank because although I was a music kid at one point, or I was a good student at one point, or I had a job at one point, none of those things came to mind when I thought of an accomplishment that I thought would be impossible to attain. Until I realized the one major thing that has just not consumed but overarched so many years of my life is the feeling of being so content, thankful, and happy with the life that I live, the daily life that I live, not looking forward to anything, not having a plan 6 months ahead and just holding on to that, or not just holding on to the weekend. I'm so excited to live my day, and I'm so excited to just see where life goes, you know. Not literally, very few things are planned in my life right now, and I'm just so happy with the fact that I'm doing what I love and I'm doing what I can with what I can do, being with the state of the world, with what I have, with how I'm feeling, with where I'm at mentally, emotionally. I feel like I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm so content and happy that I've reached this state of consistent, I don't want to say happiness because that sounds so like kumbaya, hippy dippy, but happiness. I think for a lot of us, we could all relate to times when we don't want to wake up. We don't want to get out of bed. And when you have so many of those days back to back to back, like, I don't want to get too deep into it, but for a lack of a better word, it gets tiring. And although I would constantly hope for myself to feel better about life, it's not that I thought it was impossible, it's just when you're in the thick of it, you're like, this is just how it's gonna be, and I'm gonna get used to whatever this is. When really, it's not how it's always gonna be. And I know that's so hard for you to accept if you are going through the thick of it right now. All I gotta say, take it a day at a time, deep breathe, literally just keep breathing. I love you so much, and yeah. Fact that I've accomplished, and of course it's an active decision daily, it's an active choice daily, it's an ongoing thing, that I'm just so thankful and content and happy with my daily life and what I get to do and what I've chosen to do, and yada yada you. What's your fave food? Okay, you know what's funny? There's a loaf of bread emoji beside that question, and yeah, I kid you not, my favorite food's bread. I think I have like a good top, like 3 being bread, apples, potatoes. Your girl loves her carbs. If I could choose a group of foods, it would be carbs. 110%. Yeah, fruit is a carb. Do you regret anything in life? Why if yes, or why if no? I think when it comes to regrets, like, we all, for the most part, would say that we don't have any regrets. Like, no matter what each and every one of our lives have been, like, no, we don't regret anything. But I'm not just gonna say that. If I were to have a regret, if I were to advise someone else that is going through life as well, I would say don't grow up too fast. If you're 5 years old, don't try to act like you're 12. When you're 12, don't try to act like you're 15. When you're 15, don't act like you're 22. I would say I regret, yeah, see, the tiredness kicking in. I would regret the fact that I grew up too fast. And in the moment, I think I was aware that I was growing up too fast, but I 100% was not aware of what that meant, or like, why it ain't it. Like, of course, for a lot of us, we kind of have to grow up fast for our own unique reasons, and I think that is okay because that's just life, and if you have to grow up fast, then that's just what you're given, and I think it's healthy and good to be able to adjust and adapt, but there has to be a line where you gotta hold on to your youth when you are youthful, when you are actually young. How do you put on your shoes? Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, sock, shoe? Sock, sock, shoe, shoe. What you eat daily. Honestly, I could actually give you the full rundown of what I eat daily. You ready? Let's go. Wake up, have like a little cup of almond milk, unsweetened vanilla if you want to be specific, and then a bowl of instant oatmeal. One of those Quaker little packets that you just rip, put some hot water in it type vibe. Recently, as of probably the past month, chocolate milk, like a hot chocolate, has just been so nice in the morning, which is so weird. Like, it's such like a, you know, nighttime cozy vibe, but anyways, it's in the morning. When I first like get onto my laptop and start going, I don't know why hot chocolate has been the thing. For lunch, I usually have an apple, an orange, a slice of bread with some tuna. Like, it's technically a tuna sandwich, but it's literally just a slice of bread and tuna. If I ever run out of bread, I will use flour tortillas or crackers instead of bread. Usually that's around the time where if I haven't been drinking water, I chug a bunch of water. For a mid-afternoon kind of snack, I usually blend some frozen bananas and frozen blueberries, some unsweetened vanilla almond milk, blend that up as like a smoothie bowl hybrid. I do eat it with a spoon because it's too thick to slurp. Dinner's where I switch it up, so that's definitely not the same every day. Usually a rotation of spaghetti, fried rice, spring rolls, sometimes like potatoes with vegan chicken, and like eggplant. I love eggplant a lot. Sometimes it's like steamed broccoli. I feel like for the average person, I eat like eggs for dinner as like a part of my dinner more often than the average person. My mom makes this really nice like coconut squash thing, and you like put it over rice. I love that meal so much. If you're wondering, I am pescatarian and also dairy free. Then I'll probably have a cup of green tea because the day's still rolling. Although not green tea, mint tea. It doesn't have caffeine in it, but I think I tell myself that it has caffeine and it's a mental game, I kid you not. I'll have a cup or two, sometimes even 3 of mint tea. If I am hungry around like 9, I'll have like probably any snack that's around, maybe like some bread. This week my parents bought some chips, so I've been having a couple chips. Small, like I like to keep it small. I do not like eating at night at all. And then usually I end off my whole day of eating with 3 olives. Yes, 3 olives if you want to be specific. 3 green Spanish queen olives. I love olives so much. They are like, people take vitamins, I eat olives. Like, I kid you not, olives are just so good, and like the texture, the taste, I love olives. And then some water throughout the day. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? Whew. Okay. In 2 years I'll be 22. Recently I have kind of been through a moment of I've had so many realizations in 2021. It's kind of mind-blowing, but I've kind of realized some things, and as of right now, my current life is me. I don't have a job. I am pursuing this creative YouTube path, doing what I love. I'm 20 years old, and I think nowadays, once again, people just want to grow up and make a bunch of money and buy a house at 20, when like You don't need to do that. And at the same time, trust me, I would love to do that. But I have to be realistic and say that's just not where I am in my life right now, and not be too hard on myself with the fact that that's just not where I'm at right now. That doesn't mean that I can't be there in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. So with that being said, in 2 years, I hope that I'm still pursuing this YouTube journey. There's a difference between like this is a hobby and this is a passion. Like for the people that have it in their bones that just doing this and being a creative is their passion, it's something that you can't explain to other people, and you can't, sometimes you can't even explain it to yourself. Like, I don't know why I want to be a creative this badly. I don't know why it makes me this happy. I don't know why I'm so passionate about it, but it just is. There was a little quote from a book, not a book, I don't read, a movie that I watched. I don't know if they recited this quote from the movie, like it was original to the movie, or from a book, and they recited it in the movie, but it's, you love what you love, not what loves you. At face value, you might think like, oh, that's a little harsh, but the reality is, this YouTube thing and being successful at it, at the end of the day, that's the goal, but being successful at it, it might not love me. That might not be what happens in my life. And I have to realize that I love what I love, which is making videos and doing all this, but at the end of the day, it might not love me. Anyways, side tangents, I'm so sorry. I have recently come to the realization that I might be going back to school. I don't do school right now, like I'm not in college. I think within the next year, I could really see myself being back at school, which is a thought that a year ago I was like, I don't like school, and to be honest, I still don't know if school's really for me. Different conversation for a different day. But there is a little bit of me that has dreams that require a degree. So I think at 22 I'd still be pursuing that career most likely, because especially with the idea of going back to school and getting used to the rhythm of that and I just want to incorporate things slowly and to just make sure that once again, like I'm consistently choosing what makes me happy. So at 22, I hope to still be doing YouTube and social media, also pursuing a degree. I hope to have kept the friends that I have now and to continue to grow those friendships. I hope to also meet a lot more people. I love meeting people, but of course with our current times, that's just not really a thing that we can do. Honestly, let's just put it out there. I hope to be making a bucket ton of money, like in whatever way that I do it, whether I start working in some job or it's social media, or I don't know, maybe I really ramp it up and by 22 I graduate with a degree. Highly unlikely, but for the sake of talking, making a bucket ton of money, investing, spoiling the people that I love, being able to help others. Oh, if I'm 22 and that's my life, good job, Kristine. But at the same time, I'm not gonna think about that, because honestly, when I said good job, Kristine, it, like, a bit of me got freaking scared. Those are all the questions, everyone. Oh, I'm gonna take a nap. I need to take a nap, y'all. I need to take a nap. But Instagram, it's _time_y'all. Check it out if you want to check it out. Give it a follow if you want to give it a follow. I love Q&As. I love chatting with y'all. So Q&A questions for a future Q&A, please leave them down below. Comment them down below. They could be on anything, you know? I literally said sock, shoe today. You know? I feel like this whole video, my eyes just weren't open. I was just like, let's hope not. Oh, I love talking with y'all. I'm literally just sitting here talking and I'm wasting your time. I apologize. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, join the time, and I'll see you in a little bit.